All right, we have been, if you've missed it, because it happened Friday, we've been following the drama when it comes to the artificial intelligence landscape. On Friday, OpenAI abruptly fired its founding CEO, Sam Altman. Over the weekend, there was an eruption of backlash against the company for doing so, lack of clarity as to why, in fact, he was ousted. Then, by Sunday night, Sam Altman and a few others had a new place of employment, that is Microsoft. Of course, Microsoft has a big investment in OpenAI and has been working on its own AI developments. Joining us now is a shareholder of Microsoft, Alexander MacDonald, portfolio manager at GlobeInvest, joining me now. Thanks so much for being with me.
Thanks for having me.
So Microsoft is supposed to be kind of this sleepy, boring company. Certainly with AI, it hasn't been. But with this, whatever you call it, over the weekend, you're a shareholder, you're an investor, you have to kind of make sense of this and push aside the drama. How are you doing that?
Yeah, so as you said, there is quite a bit of drama with what's been going on with this. We've held Microsoft for a number of years now. We like sort of their core businesses, excluding the AI that's been around for a long while now, the operating systems, the Office suite. The cloud computing, of course, has been a huge success story for them. We view the AI business as a bit of an option for us going forward. So very early days with the generative AI. I mean, it's barely been a year since ChatGPT was really dropped on everybody and blew everybody's minds. It's sort of indicative of how much AI is top of mind for people now that we see one CEO depart one company and move into Microsoft, and that swings Microsoft's market cap by about 2%. Whether or not that's actually going to have a long-term impact for Microsoft, I think it is a net benefit to have a visionary like that now under your own roof, and you don't have to rely on sort of that not-for-profit structure that he was working on under.
Can I underline that point that you're investing in Microsoft for everything else, and AI is just a free option? Because I would argue that the stock is exclusively moving on that option.
Correct. I guess if I would to think back prior to a year ago, it was a free option. Now some of that, of course, has been embedded as that as well. You're starting to see Microsoft as well roll out some of these assistants that work alongside their existing products as well too. So they're certainly making the best of it. But again, drama like this, nobody really knew which way it was going to go when the news first dropped, sort of confusingly on Friday. And it just goes to show how a company like Microsoft, as big as they are, can act rapidly to sort of make the most out of a situation like that.
I mean, everybody is really lauding Satya Nadella for pulling this off and ensuring that Altman didn't go anywhere else. Would that have been a big risk?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's the founder of this company. He's been around since day one, done a great job with it. I mean, again, when it was the main product, ChatGPT, was released last year, there was absolutely nothing else like that around. If he was to leave and go to a competitor like a Google or what have you, I think that would have been a huge risk for Microsoft. So, I think they made the most of a bad situation and came out looking pretty good here.
I want to talk about the risk, though, of a meaningful delay here in developments, in products, because at the very least, they have a new team, if this happens, that has to go to Microsoft, start from scratch. I mean, enroll in their HR. I have no idea how long that takes, probably lengthy. And then you have in OpenAI, which they've invested $13 billion. I have to assume that all 700 of their employees are doing nothing productive today.
Tough to say. I mean, you're talking about a few employees switching from one to another versus sort of the long-term benefit that you're going to get from AI. I mean, we're talking about AI over the next decades, how it's going to affect productivity, profitability for companies. So I think a few employees switching back and forth, this is probably just the first time.
Well, it could be more, right? There's reports
Absolutely.
that 500 want to leave OpenAI.
Yeah, and I think there could be more defections down the line when, you don't know which company is going to be ultimately the winner and the loser here. There's probably going to be a ton of winners, probably going to be a ton of losers. So I think this is just the start of some of that, what you're going to see.
And I guess your approach to AI has been to take kind of a basket approach as long as it's at a reasonable valuation. Talk to me about where else you're getting your AI exposure.
Yeah, so we do also own Alphabet. We like the exposure they have there as well. Of course, they're the leader in search prior to going into this AI craze, and they have been unveiling some pretty useful tools that advertisers can use, AI tools alongside of their search products. We like those two companies for our exposure to AI. We have not participated in some of the more AI-focused companies or AI-specific companies.
Like an NVIDIA?
NVIDIA, of course, if you go back further, they were great. They've had a great business there with the GPUs and the processing. They're usually ahead of the curve identifying things like Bitcoin processing. They've been great on that. Graphics processing for video games, they were ahead of the curve on that one. NVIDIA, a great company. I don't think I would call it AI-centric, but the valuation, I think, maybe would. And I think there's a lot of upside priced into that NVIDIA valuation right now. I'm not saying we would never own it, but it's tough to get behind it as a buy at these levels.
So it's going to report tomorrow. I imagine you'll be focused on that. Everybody quotes kind of their current PE, which is insane. You know, it's more than 100 times. But on forward earnings, it comes down to 45 times. And they're really going to give us a snapshot of whether that's reasonable, right? And it maybe could be cheap, depending on what the forecast is.
So it's interesting if you look back to NVIDIA's prior quarter, they had so much hype going into it, and it was almost coming out of the quarter, it was actually down on the day, even though it did report blowout numbers. So that's sort of what I refer to the valuation. It's almost priced for perfection. So yeah, it's trading somewhere, 35, 40 times earnings now. If you look back at Alphabet, which also has significant AI exposure, that's down around 20 times forward earnings. So I like that margin of safety between the two. You get exposure to AI between the two companies, but one you get a little bit cheaper, in my opinion, versus the other.
Alex, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate